涙よ星に瞬きを伝えて守るものがあるからきっと強くなれる。語るべき言葉なくした星の守りでは時の果て夢の果て闇に立ちすくんだ風を呼んでみたんだ空に向けて誰かを呼んでみたんだ光求めたソリチュードかすかなレゾナンス確かに届くロマンスそんな流れ星たちを抱き留めた明日が見えなくだって乗り越えなくちゃって奇跡の奇跡描き未来へつなぐ Growing High 心のフォトンが銀河にこぼれて道を強く照らす Burning Bright それぞれの思い秘めた星の守りでは空からの呼ぶ声に導かれた重ねる手と手には言葉なんかより伝わることがある熱い心通じ合った確かなレゾナンス見つけるのはエッセンス目指した意識の先がディスティネーション答えが見えなくてくじけそうになって支え合い誓い合う絆でつなぐシャイニースマイル心のフォトンが銀河に溢れて道を開く鍵は My Starlight Heartだって乗り越えなくちゃって奇跡の奇跡描き未来へつなぐ Growing High 心のフォトンが銀河に溢れて道が開いたら羽ばたいてゆこうよ乗り越えてゆこうよ星空と溶け合っていつまでも行ける Fly High まっすぐ願いを世界に歌って新しい夜を新しい朝をここからまた始めよう My heart shines endlessly
And we are live for Blue Otter Diamond here in week 7. I'm Isaac. Alongside me is Feedonomics for our series between P Team and Elysium Dawn. Feedonomics, welcome in.
Thank you. It's been a while. Happy to be back. Happy to be here helping out with Blue Otter League. What do you got for me, Isaac? Like, what am I looking at over here? It's been a while. I'm lost. I'm confused. Help me.
Well, draft has already started, so I get a few. A lot of jungle bans started, which is a bit expected. A very few, very specific champion pulls. Furry Little Feet, the jungler for Elysium Dawn. A big fan of both the Graves and especially the Rek'Sai. I know Rek'Sai's been. I don't know if Rek'Sai's been gaining popularity recently, or it's just G2 that tried playing them a little bit, or how that's gone. But Rek'Sai is definitely not exactly the most common thing to see banned just in general, and seeing that gone it's very much targeted. But before these teams start speculating quickly, the playoffs are decided. All 6 teams are qualified, but we are based on seeding, and Elysium Dawn do come to this one. If they 2-0 and either Con Esports and Akuba Sabres loses, they will move up into first or second and get a bye. So that's very important for them. Also, if there is a team that they can 2-0, it is likely P Team, because P Team have yet to win a single game so far this season.
But if there was any time to win a game,
it would be now for P Team.
It would be this
glorious
game. Yeah, so we're gonna watch like Elysium Dawn win game 1 and then lose on a base race game 2.
That would be glorious.
I'm calling it now.
I honestly, the maximum like meme worthy result would be if P Team 2-0s and next level esports if they 2-0 and TTM Tethys wins their series against Akuma Sabres. That's also happening today. Then they would drop outside of the top 4, and they wouldn't even be able to pick who they were up against next in the first round. So that would be the maximum, like,
the maximum level of cool. Like, yeah. That's when we know that we are in absolute chaos timeline, right?
Yeah, and well, the champs that we're currently selecting to go for chaos timeline, Jinx, rising in popularity. Not even rising in popularity anymore, I would say. At this point, it's a very popular. Maybe that was true 3 weeks ago, but I'm a little bit slow to that count. That being said, Elysium Dawn, Diana, perhaps not the most conventional for first picks that you would expect, but Ratchet, a very big Diana player, and Idris, very big Zeri player. Idris, by the way, most quadra kills so far in Diamond, most triple kills and double kills. So surprisingly, this might shock you that with the hold on, Diana jungle.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, the neat thing about Diana is that at least you can position her in a few different lanes. And it does seem like that is what Elysium Dawn did right here. It's still the possibility that Yasuo could be somewhere else as well.
Yasuo right? Top.
Yasuo support. Hey, look, I mean, they might just be trying to also go for the chaos finish. Renata Glass banned out on the side of Elysium Dawn. Don't want to have to deal with hitting themselves.
Yeah, especially if you get Jinx rolling a few items. And now that I think about it, does Jinx killing her own teammates proc her own passive? I would have to think not, because I'm pretty sure the kill goes to the Renata Glass if that happens. I'm sure is how that interaction works. However, now I'm just curious because I don't know. Do you know how that interaction works? Or?
I'm not actually sure on how that interaction would work, but I'm also going to pump your bubble on this one really quick, Isaac.
That she's not in the game, or?
Well, yeah, that P Team was not the team that banned Renata.
Yeah, but because Elysium doesn't want P Team to, because Elysium doesn't want P Team to play it.
I still don't think that it pops get excited.
Chat, yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. However, it would be funny if it did.
It would be very cool. It would be very cool. I don't know if it would be funny.
It'd be
Some people
funny.
would
It'd
make
be
fun.
funny to watch.
That is true. How do we feel about P Team picking Azir, by the way? We didn't talk about
Uh,
that yet.
it's pretty common at this. I'd say Brady has played a bit of Azir themselves and should be pretty fine with that. That being said, with Yasuo and Diana as the mid jungle, assumingly at this point, I'd be surprised if it goes anywhere else. But assuming that Diana and Yasuo is that mid jungle, Poppy being the jungle, no, not jungle selection because Vi's in the game. Hello.
That's right.
Sometimes I miss these things, and it's like my brain was like, oh yes, Poppy jungle would actually be really good instead of Diana Yasuo, and then I
Are you doing okay
It
right
would.
now, Isaac?
I'm not. I'm just more
What do
so.
you What do you think about P Team's like composition right now? Are you ready for my guess?
Is it your top?
I do think that Poppy support, yes.
Oh wait. I was thinking Annie support, but I
mean, it could be Annie support too, and it still could be Toppy. But I'm casting right now what I want.
no, that's true.
That's what I'm after. Also, mid lane Diana, top lane Yasuo, and Rumble jungle. None of these things are right. I just want everyone to know. But I want them to be right so bad.
That I would say your first assessment for P team's probably more likely to be correct than the Rumble jungle.
Yes.
As cool as it would be. Unfortunately, we don't always get what we want. Like, I would have liked to see Poppy jungle, and that's even after they picked Vi, and I was just clueless about it. God damn it.
You gotta try sometimes, and then you might find.
I get really bad tunnel vision, like, in-game and, like, out-of-game. Sometimes you see something, and, like, my brain tunnel visioned on that Poppy pick, and, like, the numbers ran, and it didn't account for all the variables in the draft, you see, so... it was a calculated reaction, but apparently my math wasn't quite right.
I mean, that's okay. I'm glad that you still did math. I'm sorry that it came out wrong. Looking at the comps though, right? And now we're getting picks actually coming through, so we'll eventually be able to see what we need to be looking at and where these laners are going to go. But assuming that we're working with Jinx, Annie in the bot lane, Azir mid, Poppy top, and Vi like middle, or Vi jungle.
Yeah, dual mid. Bring back funneling.
Oh, I'm sorry. I pulled off an Isaac there, guys. No, don't mind me.
Okay. No, that's fair. Honestly, that's it honestly might as well be called that at this point. This isn't the first time that's happened, and yeah. Other things before we do start to wrap it up, because we will have to spectator land and all that. Other things. Skarner is back this week. We didn't quite get to that.
Enabled.
He is enabled. He was banned, unfortunately. R5.
Really fun support.
Wait, actually,
kind of. I didn't say good, just fun.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I was like, on one hand. Okay, yeah, no, I've only seen his kit. I haven't actually seen him played at all, so we won't be able to get that here in game one. But clearly it is something that at the very least, Furry Little Feet, the jungler for Elysium Dawn, has played a handful of times since the rework. So it's something that they've been exploring as a potential option. That now whether or not they've piloted well or believe that it's strong, or well, clearly they must be some sort of worth for it to have it been banned. That's not the words. Anyway,
we're almost there.
Yeah, sometimes you start saying things and they don't make sense. But I heard he can also be played top. I don't know.
But he can. No,
okay.
So he can be played in 3 roles right now. Support is the role that he can't really be played in. But I do it.
I trust.
I'm bad. It's fine.
No, it's absolutely okay. So I'm assuming it's mid, right? Is the third rule?
Well, jungle. Oh, yeah, the real
jungle
third role
top,
is
jungle
mid.
top, and then
Jungle top and mid. The reason that you can run with support is because there's a bunch of percent HP damage in his kit. Like so
on his passive, right?
Yeah, so you're just a giant CC tank. That's it. That's all that I do with it, and it just is funny because at level 3 you do 1,000,000 HP damage to the support, and they instant die.
Well, now that we do have the drafts and client coming through, unless if there's some random like major position swap in where these players are going, it is actually going to be that Poppy support. I know it is a zero top Poppy support. Congratulations. I don't have anything planned as your reward, Feedonomics, but you did get that right. It is Annie mid, Brady on Annie. So, with that in mind, who do we have for game 1? I mean, ignoring the fact that P team is 0-6.
Well, so I see over on the side of Elysium Dawn that I have enemy 1 through 5 ready to play. So I didn't see their names, so I don't actually know who's picking where for them. Who's playing what and where, because I don't know anyone on these people, because I started casting today. Hi, my name's Jared. I'm 19. Hi, Jared. I don't know how to read. That also being said, Prod did help us out, and they did let us know that it's whenever an enemy dies after being damaged for 3 seconds by Jinx, right? I didn't read that wrong.
Yes.
Scores a takedown. Okay, scores a takedown against an enemy champion, especially or even an inhibitor. We've got this cut. This was a really bad snip job, Wookie. I'm looking at you.
But I think the whole point of it is that it's an enemy champion.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
because the conversation we had is that if Jinx kills an allied champion,
are they an ally when they're affected by Renata's ult?
I would.
There you go. That's the question.
Well, we might still have some questions that may or may not get answered before we go into a spectator delay, but for now, we may or may not have the answer for you, but we will do when we return is we'll have game 1 between P Team and Elysium Dawn. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back momentarily.
涙よ星に瞬きを伝えて守るものがあるからきっと強くなれる 時言葉なくした星の守りでは時の果て夢の果て闇に立ちすくんだ風を呼んでみたんだ空に向けて誰かを呼んでみたんだ光求めたソリチュードかすかなレゾナンス確かに届くロマンスそんな流れ星たちを抱き留めた明日が見えなくだって乗り越えなくちゃって奇跡の奇跡描き未来へつなぐ No we have 心のフォトンが銀河にこぼれて道を強く照らす Burning Bright
And we are live for Game 1 between P Team and Elysium Dawn here in Blue Water League's Week 7 for the Diamond League. Quickly, if you're just tuning in, I'm Isaac. Alongside me is Feedonomics. And, well, we've got some no level 1 shenanigans this time around. We do have an Azir top, though.
I mean, that's the shenanigan in itself. Right now, we have obvious, just easy 5-point defenses from the people. You know, Elysium Dawn did run the regular laning comp.
Ooh.
I do like it. It's a pretty strong composition. It's no Rumble jungle, but whatever. I can't always get what I want.
Yeah, it's, you know, the Rolling Stones called it a few decades ago, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I made that joke earlier.
Oh, wait, you did?
Yes.
Well, great minds think alike. And so basically what we could take away with that is that I'm basically Mick Jagger. So,
Oh, yeah, no, obviously.
yeah, basically, yeah, right? Yeah.
I know, it makes sense to me. Alrighty then.
That's absolutely how that works. But other fun little snippets while we have our focus on the bot lane of Elysium Dawn. Just sitting around here. This bot lane of Elysium Dawn, Idris has the highest kills per game. This bot lane, also as well as Koyesh as well, most assists per game as well. So looking at a very bloody bot lane. So even though this level 1 may be a little bit dull, we could hopefully see that coming, especially if Idris' blue buffs are maybe not immediately on the Diana, but future.
Yeah. The other thing that, I mean, obviously, Zeri taking cleanse this game is going to be really big. Can't really block Poppy ult. You can't cleanse Vi ult, right? You
I
can't.
don't
It's a knockup. You shouldn't be able to.
So yeah, I'm 90% certain you can't, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to. It's a knockup. You can't cleanse out of knockups. So there are 2 technically unavoidable CCs on the side of P Team for Zeri if they can catch her with either the Poppy ultimate or Vi ultimate. Granted, you don't have those until level 6, so there's the opportunity.
Windwall.
Go ahead, Shane, everybody to get a lead.
Nah, I mean, honestly, at this point, it's kind of expected with these 2 teams that... Oh, actually, no, I say that, but we do have a gank coming in. Idris should be finding the end of Tucci here, as he had already dashed, and there it goes. Finally going down. No way to get out there for Azir, and, you know, just very well timed. Tucci just... Well, again, only no dash, no... I mean, could potentially a flash would have been a bit questionable, but...
I don't think he makes it out of there.
Yeah. Honestly, it's fairly understandable.
Yeah, no, that's a death that you go, yeah, I deserve this one. And then you just take the walk of shame after your gray screen. Strutting on back up.
Well, I'm looking for other options. We do have a potential collision of junglers here in and around the mid lane. Pretty sure Unwanted Soul would have been spotted, but not much going to come from that. A flash from Yans is... I don't know. I don't think he really needed to do that there. Pretty sure he was out of range. No, or...
No, I think that he got caught. Like, if he was out of range, he was stepping out of the circle with his back foot as it popped. That
I might be blind. Hold on. This is turning into the Isaac goes to the optometrist cast. Is I could be wrong. Either way.
It was close. It was very close.
That aside, my brain's really bad at directing really slow games. The focus
There's going on.
Well, we got the one gank in the top lane, and we point out junglers. I mean, the camps are going to be coming back up, but still overall, I mean, I don't know. At this point, I'm not quite sure what we're looking for, other than maybe towards the bottom lane again, just simply because of how impactful injuries.
Mid lane doesn't look like okay. Brady's fine. If that tornado would have hit, I think Brady would have been in a bigger world of hurt.
You mean like this?
Not really.
No, not like that. I thought it would have been great if it did actually turn out to be that way. It would have been perfectly called. But oh wait, hold on. Speaking of getting caught out, Koryesh just a little bit too far up. Draconical on the Poppy, going to be able to find the stun there. Maybe just perhaps not aware of the range of the Poppy stun. And okay, that's going to be Idris flashing over the wall as well. So across the map, P team fairly successful, especially as unwanted. So okay, yeah, tornado.
Yeah. That's how that one was gonna go. I mean, and honestly, Brady picking Annie into Yasuo, really smart choice. You know, your Fireball doesn't really like it because Wind Wall will block it. However, you don't.
Equalizer drop. Tucci going low. You all more auto attacks. There it is. Flash forward from Flame. We'll find kill onto Tucci, and this is where I realized that.
Yeah.
When I called the flashes, my brain fucked up because is this flame worthy? But we've got a lot of D flashers on the side of P team.
No, I mean,
or do they no longer correspond in like the spectator with the key they actually put it on? Because that might be a change that happened because Small and D-Dev and
we'll just have to ask him after the game. We'll report back to you all. We'll report back to you all after this. Like we'll get down on the sidelines talking to the teams and see who doesn't.
The real questions that need to be asked. It's like, do P team actually have 3 D flashers? Maybe not. Who knows?
Well, you know, in Dragon, easy Dragon take over on the side of Flame Elysium. Flame is in the top lane.
Yes, he is.
Found him.
And speaking of the top lane, it is going to be a trade of neutral objectives. This is pretty common since the jungler is spotted out on the Drake and opposite sides of the map with the shoving top lane. Yeah,
the other jungler notices either the objective fall or the other person at the objective and just goes, all right, I guess I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Let me just walk over here.
That is the affair of things. That is fairly common to see at this point. Oh, Brady will miss Tibbers, though. No damn. I thought that would have been lethal, but I stand corrected, Ratchet. Here's the thing. The health bars get so low, but then at the same time, you also know that neither of them can really do anything. So you get baited into actually having Idris come down, and actually the rest of the team. So we get a fight that's probably going to be completely unrelated. And I want something to happen. But both teams, again, it's not wise for either of them to start a fight against each other. And so they just look at each other. And it's so, like, not even, like, bad decision making. It's just kind of annoying as a caster, you know? Does it ever happen? That happens a lot.
I mean, it just depends on what you enjoy. It really just depends on what you derive enjoyment from in League of Legends. Do you like farming? Do you like macro? Do you like ganking? You know, League is a game for everyone, Isaac.
It is a game for everyone, and, well, in that regard, one thing that I still would have liked to see is a part.
He did it!
Wait, he did the Shreeman shuffle, and Flame wisely doesn't return any damage under tower and gets out perfectly safe.
Oh man, Flame counterplaying that perfectly, just doing the walk away.
Yeah, he's 2-0 and got that extra gold. Ratchet does not a lot of damage right now. Ult used, but it's, you know, last breath, maybe not. That being said, this equalizer should do quite bit of damage at this point if it finds the person. And I actually did not know that's how that interaction worked. There's gank coming through, Draconical very low. Siggy is actually okay. You know, caster curse for you there, right there. Koyesh going to go low. Jans, that's going to be successive tower shots. Not going to respect the successive tower shots. So even though that's the first one he tanked, I'm pretty sure that was both the 4th and 5th shot, which do increasing amounts of damage every time, and just didn't respect the trade of aggro. And dude, I guess Ratchet, in terms of not respecting damage, Brady, we'll find Ratchet disrespecting the damage.
Yasuo not respecting any damage, dude. Like you can't do that.
Ratchet's playing the champion correctly, because that's how I see Yasuo played all the time, and when I played the game consistently.
Yeah, no, I mean that's what happened. That Yasuo is just aiming for a power spike.
Oh shoot, you're right. If anything, Yasuo's not power spiking fast enough, being 0-1.
Oh man, I don't know, Brady.
Oh, so Brady's in a little bit of a weird spot. Will find the stun onto 2, and now is walking away. Should be okay with the team in return, and is actually fairly alright. Will have to dedicate that flash. That being said, Idris also flashing there, so 1 for 1. Going to feel mostly alright, especially since Idris maybe not the most reliant on having a flash, but still something very comfortable in the way to get in on that Diana to find damage coming through. Ratchet coming through once again. I don't know how it advises. Draconical's nearby. There's too many champions close to each other that look like they can fight, but then they... Why? Advisably don't, right? Let's be honest here. Advisably they don't. And it's like, on one hand, we could send it over and we could talk about what just happened. On the other hand, we have grubs getting taken and that's likely going to be another trade of objectives, but this should be that the grub count is equal. And,
yep.
Yeah.
It'll be 3 up. I don't know. I mean... You know, I guess. I
hate to cut you off again because Siggy's going to have to try to hop over here. CC, yeah, that was a bit earlier from
nope.
Draconical. On the Draconical, I'm pretty sure they put up that steadfast presence like as soon as they were walking forward, and I'm not sure why. Could be autopilot, could be. I mean, surely it had to be autopilot, because that's the way you prevent Siggy from just hopping away there in the 2v1, but,
I think what was
your thought process on that, or?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that you pop it early, because you're hoping that you have enough damage from your ADC to kill her before she gets a chance to get to the wall. And that was the choice there. It just was comboed a little incorrectly, or we didn't have the right follow-up.
Oh, the steal from Unwanted Soul. That being said, they will be far out of position. Idris going low, not quite going down now. So the first kill going over to the side of Elysium Dawn, but it will be traded back onto Siggy. So 1 for 1 currently in this Drake tussle, and that should be it for now.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was.
Wait, I tell a lie. Idris is low, cancels their own recall. Doesn't get punished for it, though, despite going very low, very dangerously low. Very ambitious from Draconical to find low Idris, just not enough.
Yeah, I mean, well, do you get away there if you walk that far in as Poppy at that point?
No, I think you fully commit to that, especially if you get rid of the blast cone like they did.
Mm-hmm. So. Like, that was just kind of the thing there. We haven't looked at CS leads in a minute.
No, we have not, actually.
I'm kind of afraid to tab in for this really quick. Alrighty then. Yeah. I will say that Tucci getting the kill in that dragon fight was definitely helpful, because he is 30 CS behind Flame at the moment. So
yeah,
what are we, 40 minions worth of gold behind him, just about? I can't remember how much gold an actual kill is in compared to minions at the moment.
The trouble with that is it changes depending on the amount of.
It was first blood, like, I mean, so it was 400.
It was, so yeah, it was 400. Yeah. Probably more like 25, but yeah, you're close.
Yeah, okay, so then, yeah, we're only like half of Flame Horizon down.
Well, that's in terms of gold. That being said, Tucci, will they be able to get away? Not at all. Tries to take the blast cone, but that does free up the other map for a response. Yan's going to get the kill on Siggy. So this does very much change the usual pattern that Elysium Dawn does have to do, at the very least, up against P-Team, which is...
That was
like a death rocket. Going to find its mark onto Ratchet. Going to have to get away. Ratchet going low. Ratchet going down. Unwanted Soul going to be the ones to claim that on the side of P-Team. Here comes Arthur's fight. Flame is here. Equalizer
what
coming
a
through.
good
And
equalizer.
my God! Equalizer is absolutely the right name for that ability. Lights up 3. Should be able to pick up 4. Draconical going low. Going down. Double kill going on to Flame. And that is a very well worked setup play by the side of Elysium Dawn to find a massive fight there.
Are you sure that should be called the equalizer there?
Yeah, they were down a player there, I believe. Across the map, they were down a player, not necessarily in the exact fight.
I was just gonna call it the advantage maker.
Oh, well,
like,
actually,
that didn't equalize anything. They completely rolled the fight afterwards.
Okay, so yes, it did create the advantage, but like on a scale, like to go from a disadvantage to being like the advantage maker, it does have to cross that equalized points, right? Like on if you had like a line that
Isaac.
of like advantage.
Isaac, you're trying really hard here, and I would agree with you. Oh,
I think
Ratchet
should be okay, right? Yeah, it does have the minions to run back
will be fine.
too.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Brady.
Nah, once again, it's one of those abilities used. Effects are appear on the screen, but really, at the end of the day, I mean, not really.
Just both of these shield champions, like, mitigating all the damage.
Yeah, they're supposed to be like, oh, hey, you wanna use our abilities on each other? And they agree to using their abilities on each other, and their cooldowns are short enough to where neither of them really mind.
Right. Where is Brady's? I'm wondering what Brady's leveling order is. It's not what I think it is, probably, but yeah, just walk away, Brady. Just get out of there.
Yeah.
Or not. Do you live your own life?
What has Brady been maxing? I haven't been looking at it.
I haven't checked. I wanted him to be putting points into E.
Okay. Expound.
But if you didn't notice, I just like really silly things in League of Legends.
That's true. I mean, I thought there might be some thought process behind that because Yas was getting close and whatnot. Oh,
yeah. No, I mean,
I don't know if Draconical meant to hit the Rift Herald there. That being said, here comes Unwanted Soul. Idris is going low, going to land the slow. Yans gets the shutdown. Koyesh is also at half health. Play me here now. Going to find 2 on the swiftness. Equalizer drop, but not quite as good this time around. Ratchet goes low, goes down, and the rest of the side of P-Team is still alive. Yans, though, will be claimed by Flame, but at what cost? Shutdown going on to Draconical. So at the very least, that massive amount of gold
to go on.
Yeah, exactly. That was exactly who you wanted to go down onto. Is the enemy support Poppy.
Did P-Team just 4v5?
Did they 4v5? They might have. Yes, they did. You know, sometimes you get so caught up in everything that you miss something that was actually truly magical, and that's the fact that P-Team, after 18.5 minutes, have a 1k gold lead up against the current third place team, who are very genuinely with an easy shot of claiming the bye if they do 2-0, which is nothing. P-Team has only experienced 0-2 losses throughout this whole entire season so far. They have not won a single game.
They don't care. They're aiming for spoiler. They are that 16 seed that's coming into the NCAA tournament that's like that 1 seed, they're going down. I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure that they're not here.
See, but the NCAA tournament's a knockout tournament, no?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair,
this isn't even a knockout tournament. They're already out of the playoffs. They're literally 0-6, 0-12 across all the games. If they have all intents and purposes, their season is done.
So you're telling me that this is the knockout game for P Team?
No, they're already knocked out.
so they're not going to be playing anymore after this week.
Oh, I see your
So this is P Team Super Bowl, whether you want to admit it or not.
Well, either way, they might be trying to find another fight here with a slight numbers advantage, but Nyans goes down, and here comes the rest of Elysium Dawn. Shutdown going on to the Zeri this time. Of course, as soon as I say that, it is an absolute stomp from Elysium Dawn to find an incredible way onto the backline here for their big short-range damage dealers. Flame doing a lot of work there, and they will move right onto the Baron at 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense from Elysium. I do think that Brady is one of the stronger members of the team right now. So not having his big AoE in a team fight is definitely hurting them at the moment. But he did 1v1 Yasuo.
Yeah, that is true. I will not deny it. However, it might be a little bit harder as... Did Ratchet not respawn in time for the Baron buff? Hold on, wait. I want to look back onto Ratchet because I'm pretty sure, yeah, Ratchet was like half a second too late and didn't get the Baron buff. Oh no! Things you hate to see right there, that is it.
No, I mean, you know, obviously Elysium was just like, you shouldn't have gotten 1v1 by an Annie. If you didn't take that turret shot, you'd have had Baron right now.
You know, I'm trying to disagree with you, but I'll get back to you on that one. Hold on, take over for a little bit.
It's the Ivan Drago, man. If he dies, he dies.
Yeah. Luckily, unlike real life, there is respawning in League of Legends, so I was hoping that maybe they would sit back a little bit without the enemy smite available, that they would allow the full 5 team members on their side to pick this up. However, it was in total about a 2k gold swing immediately afterwards. And Wanted Soul getting a little bit shaky there. This is where I feel so dumb and like blind because I just realized Unwanted Soul has Hail of Blades on Vi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I think it's incredible. I just feel really dumb for only just realizing it because I don't know. I haven't seen Vi take Hail of Blades in a hot minute.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose. I get where you're coming from with that, but it was a thing. It can be a thing. I see why it is a thing.
Oh yeah, no, the angle there is like fairly clear. You get your auto attacks down and you do the big damage as it is. Don't know what we're looking for here. Actually, Idris, you're looking for Idris to just go in and delete a few enemy team members on the side of P Team. Double kill going over to the side of Flame, but here comes counterattack. Ratchet flung under his own tower. So they will find one in return and a lot of low health bars. Tucci, though, starting to take a little bit of health down on his own. So currently it is a 1-for-4. Only Tucci left on the side of P Team. That was a much larger fight than my brain initially recognized.
The other thing that I'm noticing right now, Elysium has this map drowned in vision. There is no safe spot in the bottom side jungle. There's hardly any safe spot. Well, I mean, I guess some of their jungle is safe topside, but you know, having the blue plant loaded is pretty good.
Speaking of having the Scryer's Bloom available, that is a signal that we do have a cloud map, which hasn't quite gone over, but I think at this rate the rate at which they've taken, I'd honestly be a little bit surprised to see if
a soul
even
pop.
get a soul,
Yeah.
Because Elysium Dawn, especially in the last 2 fights, have very suddenly taken over this game, and I would suspect that they should be able to end this one at the very least within 10 minutes. I mean, anything's possible, but with how far Flame is ahead, which is No, honestly, a little bit uncommon with how this Elysium Dawn team plays. They have been forced into very unusual, unfamiliar territory. Usually it's the side of Sigi and Koyesh non-stop taking over this fight. I'd say perhaps Koyesh has been a bit more involved and perhaps more so on a kind of expected performance. And there we go. That is why you absolutely love having those Scryer's orbs available to you from the base, because you can just check the whole bottom side of jungle and say, hey, look, they're all in the death bush, and walk away. That is one of the fun additions.
Oh, Brady.
Speaking of fun, Brady might not be having any here.
Oh no, Idris!
That yeah, that's rough. That's rough.
It was a good ult. It was a fine ult.
It does, I mean, at the very least, it does push Brady off this wave and does secure bottom tier 2. And opens up the map just that much more for the side of Elysium Dawn, as they have used this Baron to maybe not its fullest potential, but definitely to a very large portion of it.
They did get some towers and everything. Like, you're not wrong. Like, it wasn't... it's a good use of a 20-minute Baron. Any Baron that the enemy team doesn't have is good.
Oh, they will use the swiftness to try to find this fight, but it is 2v3. Can they find the initial damage onto Drake? Conical does find the first kill onto the enemy support. That being said, I'm not sure if that was the fight they wanted to take with the numbers disadvantage. And now down 2, here comes the rest of P-Team. That being said, the Flame is the one who does have the damage on the side of Elysium Dawn currently. Doesn't quite have the equalizer available just yet. Should be up in a handful of seconds. So if on the side of PT, yep, they're going to be hightailing it right out of there.
They knew.
They knew. And they found the angle that they were given, and they claimed it.
I mean, it really was a weird fight from Wheat and Siggy. So I don't know if they expected help faster. Tucci's in trouble.
Oh, Flame. Yeah, Tucci's that. Yeah.
Tucci's torch, dude. He's toast right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you could say he's cooked even. Or, I don't know, what other way do you have? You have any fire? Yeah.
Sauteed.
Yeah, sauteed, fried, I don't know, what other cooking methods do we have here? Well, culinary arts aside, Brady's going low. Brady
flame flashed.
Will flash it across, but
he got him. What a good equalizer!
Oh, no! I mean, you say good equalizer, but it's also being 3 levels up and 3 items, so.
Yeah, I mean, of course, but what a good equalizer right there.
Yeah, that when I said Flame was all the damage, yeah, I mean, if at the very least, you know, Flame won't have that damage for the next few seconds, and that Flame is on the bottom half of the map, that maybe, just maybe you can find a fight. I mean, this does open up Ratchet in the top lane to just walk towards the inhibitor tower, but it really only took 2 fights for this game to turn on its head, and I'm a little bit sad because I kind of wanted to see P-Team pop off.
We always, I mean, like you said, there are 2 to 3 games that are important here. Does anything happen if they, or it's not best of 3? Is it just best of 2?
It's best of 3. It is best of 3.
Okay, so then do we not get anything if P-Team takes a game?
If P-Team takes a game,
we have the fun stuff with they can't get first overall.
They can't get, if P-Team takes a game, they cannot get first overall. Also, it would come down to head-to-head. Elysium Dawn. Let me check through my notes over the week. Elysium Dawn do not have it. Oh, wait, no, before I check my notes, we might not have to worry about the situational stuff because we do have that first kill going over to the side of P-Team. I said that backwards, didn't I? We get the first kill going over to the side of P-Team. Ratchet just doesn't have the range, and Tucci's starting to chip away. But before we get to that, I'm pretty sure Elysium Dawn does not have the head-to-head, so they would have to 2-0.
Okay.
And either Khan or Akuma would have to drop a team. A team? A game.
If they dropped a team, they'd also be out of the tournament, though.
That's true, you know? That is true. They would move up as a result if, for whatever reason, Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know how that would work, because technically if they played the series and the... Well, we're talking about hypotheticals that the odds of happening are basically none. So,
We don't know if they're absolutely none right now. We still only have... Well, okay, I guess it is now 9,000.
Oh, no, I was talking about, like, either Akuma Sabers or Con Esports literally just leaving the league at this point.
Oh, okay, yeah. Having an emergency draft?
Yeah, I have a feeling, speaking of emergency, yeah, Unwanted Soul got equalized there, and actually Idris may also be finding themselves in a little bit of trouble. Here comes the rest of Elysium Dawn. Idris goes low, Idris does go down, so it is a trade of junglers now so far. Koryash is running in. Oh, yep, here's Flame. I think that Flame goes low, and actually, Flame was stunned up there for long enough for Yans to pick up that... No, not Flame, I'm blind. The Rumble's still hanging up and perfectly fine. That being said, Yans did get the auto attacks onto Koryash, but as an enemy support going down and with Flame still alive,
I don't think that yet. This is at least the inhib. It's gonna get close to the game. Like, Flame, I think, just ended up being too big. But, you know...
I think we need to allow this game to go long enough for Flame to get the Flame Horizon. I think is what needs to happen.
He just needs to farm.
Well, the unfortunate part about that is that Flame seems to be farming champions more than minions right about now.
Just
so,
use that math.
Alright, so let's say if Flame keeps... Let's do the math on this one. If Flame gets 10 CS a minute, and... No, Flame absolutely stepping up this for this one this time around. And it's one of those things where it's also like, oh yeah, Flame. So you look at the champ pool and it's like, well, of course he plays Rumble, right? His name's literally Flame. Like, yeah. And it's but it's like I was looking at OPGG and stuff, and it's like, oh, I don't see any Rumble games so far. It's like, oh no, of course they play Rumble because Flame. I feel. Do you ever just like not take a step back and you miss the exact like the very obvious like assessment?
Missing the forest for the trees there, are you, buddy?
Yeah, I missed the Flame for the Rumble? What?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Oh, no, Soul.
Now, Unwanted Soul should be mostly okay. They do have Tucci nearby. I mean, I guess if Flame really wanted to push that, they may have been able to.
I think it's just more that he did that wasn't warded at the time. It was a blind guess.
Yeah, I mean, you get so many of those little rockets. Brady flash forwards, gets Tibbers down, doesn't do nearly enough damage. And now this Unwanted Soul coming through, teleport in now. Tucci comes behind, does find the first kill, does get another onside of P-Team, but here's
that equalizer though.
See, yeah, Flame's still alive though. See, Flame's still alive.
Yeah.
It was a valiant effort. It was a valiant effort for P-Team to try to find the fight, but I was a bit hesitant to get really excited for the beginning of their fight because Flame teleported in and he was still completely healthy and found an equalizer that, yeah.
Well, it doesn't help when your own Shurima wall feels like it's stopping you from surviving.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate.
They can walk through it, but it just felt like it just got put up and stuck on there.
So, honestly fairly, a little bit...
It was even until it wasn't.
Yeah, it was even, yeah, it's about, they were winning until they didn't. Or whatever the Scar quote is when he was on Dignitas. I don't memorize that perfectly. Either way, is how I would describe P-Team's performance in the first game.
You got any thoughts on maybe bans for next game?
Rumble? Maybe?
Yeah, I think Rumble is the one that
Rumble?
might stand out.
Rumble, don't give Flame Rumble. Don't be me and miss the obvious fact that the enemy top laner's name is Flame, and so even though they haven't been given Rumble so much so far this season. Still available on hand, and now we see why. And yeah, hopefully it's going to be not available to Flame next time around. And so, until we get to next time around, that is it for now. But don't go anywhere, because we do have the draft of Game 2 between P-Team and Elysium Dawn here. Yeah, don't go anywhere.
涙よ星に瞬きを伝えて守るものがあるからきっと強くなれる語るべき言葉なくした星の守りでは時の果て夢の果て闇に立ちすくんだ風を呼んでみたんだ空に向けて誰かを呼んでみたんだ光求めたソリチュードかすかなレゾナンス確かに届くロマンスそんな流れ星たちを抱き留めた明日が見えなくだって乗り越えなくちゃって奇跡の奇跡描き未来へつなぐ Growing High 心のフォトンが銀河にこぼれて道を強く照らす Burning Brightそれぞれの思い秘めた星の守り手は空からの呼ぶ声に導かれた重ねる手と手には言葉なんかより伝わることがある熱い心通じ合った確かなレゾナンス見つけるのはエッセンス目指した意識の先がディスティネーション答えが見えなくてくじけそうになって支え合い誓い合う絆でつなぐシャイニースマイル心のフォトンが銀河に溢れて道を開く鍵は My Starlight Heart
And we are back for the draft, for the Game 2 draft between P-Team and Elysium Dawn here in Blue Water's Diamond League. I'm Isaac, alongside me is Feedonomics. And, well, it was a It was for about 20 minutes there. It was a close affair between Elysium Dawn and P Team there in game 1. Yeah, or
I think that like at one point in time it was only a 1,000 gold game. So yes.
yeah, especially with P Team, I believe had that lead before the 20-minute Baron.
After that, yeah, it turned into a 20-minute Baron. Then it was like a 5,000 gold disadvantage, and then that quickly turned into a 9,000 gold disadvantage. And you know, whenever the enemy top laner is 11-1 with 250, 260 CS by 30 some odd minutes, you're probably not gonna have a good time. I don't think.
Typically, that's how it goes. When Flame was as far ahead as you were, well, maybe it was a bit also, I guess, unorthodox from what Elysium Dawn normally does. Usually, we see Elysium Dawn really focus Idris and Koresh, getting that bottom lane miles ahead. So they played in slightly unfamiliar territories last time, and well, they came up big with that one. But meanwhile, the bans here are, in fact, Jarvan, Amumu, and the Poppy's a bit of an odd one to take out. Actually, never mind. Maybe not so much. Ari was banned by P Team last time around in the first round of bans. Won't have it this time around. And so, actually, Poppy ban probably a bit more sense with that in mind.
Yeah. No, I mean, and honestly, they didn't play it bad last game. Like, it was a pretty good support. So, you know, I can see the reason for the ban. Kind of the same deal with banning Jinx out whenever you're P Team. Even though you just had a really good game with her, you don't want to give her to Elysium.
Oh yeah, certainly not on Blue's side. And definitely, I honestly at this point it's too strong, especially since Idris most kills per game in the league. You get 1 kill, you get 5 on Jinx. Typically, is how that goes. Okay, maybe not 5, but yeah. We are still waiting on the first pentakill of the season. Lee Sin though. Now Lee Sin though.
Lee Sin.
I'm a fan.
I like Sin.
Fun champ.
I actually like all the champions in this game so far. This is looking to be a good set of 6 picks. Honestly.
6 picks?
Yeah, because you have Ari, Vi, Lee.
Oh,
Dra,
across both teams. I misunderstood the assignment.
It's okay. You can come back whenever you're ready, Isaac. It's cool.
I need.
Don't worry about it.
I totally understand. I mean, honestly, this is looking more like season 8 than anything with the draft. Hold on. It's like, what was that? Robin Williams in the original Jumanji. What year is it? This is what I'm feeling like right about now. I don't know if is that irrelevant? Is this what dating yourself feels like?
I don't, are we dating? Blush?
Oh, as in like the day, as in like the date year of the year.
Aging yourself.
Okay, well,
Isaac, really important. We do have a lack thereof a ban. However, pretty sure that I was looking at chat and that it's actually a Jace ban.
Yeah, Unwanted Soul very adamant in the lobby there, shouting Jace ban.
Please no Jace.
I was about to say copied and pasted, but that's not true because flipped it over to please no Jace as well. So no, that is absolutely a Jace ban. And speaking of bans, we won't get to see Skarner again. Other bans, Rumble is gone, like I wanted. Don't give Xayah Rakan.
P Team wanted Rumble gone.
I thought I said, am I just
no,
dumb?
You said you wanted Rumble gone.
Yeah, and P Team agreed with me.
Okay, fair enough. I didn't realize that you were having those conversations with P Team at halftime.
Oh wait, yeah, no. Oh wait, oh shoot, I exposed myself as a P team sleeper agent.
Oh, dude, that's tragic.
I think really what happened there is I exposed myself as being a really bad sleeper agent, considering my info may or may not have let's just not talk about P team's record in that regard, you know? It's
No, it's fine. You've been a consultant this whole season, right? So people should hire you.
Yeah. My information has totally led P team to the first place spot, and they're just securing their self at the top. See, they're 6-0 and 12-0, right? Yeah, they haven't lost a game so far this season, right? Yeah, that's how that goes. That's how that went.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're talking about.
They were winning until they weren't winning. Gragas. We got that Gragas in the top lane.
Do have the Gragas in the top lane. I honestly don't know how that matchup goes into Jax all that much. If I'm being real, I don't know.
It depends on how the big boy is gonna get built. Are we gonna build the big boy like a tank, or are we gonna build the big boy like an AP carry?
I mean, obviously we want to see AP damage, give me that Luden's Echo. It's no longer Luden's Echo, is it? It's not Luden's Echo. It's now a gun for whatever reason. Luden's items is now a gun. If you don't, you're saying you're a little bit out of date on the abilities. This is how we age ourselves. Is that Luden's item is now a gun in Feedonomics? How do you feel about that?
I mean, casting gun is always a fun thing to do. That's probably a really fun D&D character. If you've never played a gun warlock, think about playing a gun warlock, because you just get to cast gun all the time.
Well, either way, unfortunately we don't have Lucian in this game to cast gun.
I mean, but what if somebody buys the gun formerly known as Luden's?
Officially known in game as Luden's gun. No, I mean, I guess that's how the passive would work. Then I guess whenever you use the Luden's passive, it gives you gun. Mm-hmm. Is that the official terminology we're going with? Terminology aside, compositions. One part that I do like, it is the fact Nautilus is in my opinion ultra strong.
Nautilus is very strong, but I want to say that Alistar isn't gonna really care.
Yeah, but Nautilus is just OP.
I don't know. He's not my favorite. He's not my favorite CC tank, and neither is Skarner. Just so everyone knows.
Oh, okay.
That's Leona.
Okay, we can be friends then. It's okay.
PTA Leona goes hard.
PTA Leona does go hard, but Leona isn't in this game, so getting back on track.
There's the Jace ban that we missed from Banface.
Just keep in mind that the audience can't actually see the client.
Oh, that's fine. I'm just filling them in.
This is very important stuff. Well, I don't know. Honestly, I feel like this is kind of come to a head on itself.
No, stop here. So let's look at the team comps. How do we feel about the matchup?
I'm feeling like
Syndra and Ari.
I'm feeling like from Brady's incoming. No, my brain's too small and too fearful of not having another friend with me. So I play mostly support and jungle, because junglers have their little friends now.
Okay, I guess junglers do have Pokemon.
Yeah.
So I didn't even think about that. You're never alone if you're a jungler. That's
nice. So like these days it's like. But even before I started dipping into jungle, the handful of times I actually played this game, it's like my brain is too small. I mean, Syndra Ari, in all seriousness, I feels fairly even. I haven't seen it go so heavily one way without any major jungle interventions where it's too much to be concerned about. I'd say before level 6, Vi with combined with Syndra could be a little bit of an issue, but other than that, probably mostly fine.
We'll see. I do think that Syndra and them have the advantage, just because I'm also basing this off of watching him play Melee for the first time ever, right? Like into a ranged matchup that actually is a counter. So maybe this lane will go a little differently, right? But Yasuo doesn't beat Annie technically, unless you get an early kill, and then you're off to the races, which didn't happen.
I mean, I think mostly what this hinges on is whether or not Tucci is boring or fun. It really is how this turns on how P Team's draft goes. How explosive that cask actually is. I think there's more than enough targets on the side of Elysium that, when hit by a very explosive cask, can be fun if you are playing that AP build. But I mean, if I had to play, if I was told play one of these compositions, I think I would like P Team slightly more, simply because
you're just a giant Nautilus enthusiast.
I am a Nautilus enthusiast, but also both these teams kind of want to run into each other. And who's the ADC that wants champions running into them? That's right, Xayah wants champions running into them. And that's my reasoning. It might not be the best reasoning, but it is there.
I think that like any other time, I am going to go against you and say that I like Elysium's team comp a little bit better. If only because, kind of for the same reason that you're a huge fan of Nautilus, I really actually think that what I'm kind of having the epiphany of is CC tanks feel pretty good as supports this season. And Alistar is kind of like the anti-CC tank. Because, you have a Nautilus or a Leona go in.
And then
you just headbutt them out. You just say, no, you can come back later when your stuff's off cooldown.
Well, with that in mind, at least we have slightly differing opinions on that, but we will send it to a break because, yeah, we've got spectator delay and we've got a questionable spectator client here, and yeah, we'll hopefully see you very soon, but this might be a little bit of an extended one. Hopefully not too extended, though.
瞬きを伝えて守るものがあるからきっと強くなれる語るべき言葉なくした星の守りでは
Welcome back, Blue Water League. Here we are in Game 2 of Diamond League. P-Team versus Elysium Dawn. This time, though, it does look like we're not doing a 5-point defense. We're ready to fight.
Unfortunately, both sides taking opposite sides of the map.
They have the right idea, though.
No, they do. I do like this from both sides, both awareness, knowing that P-Team do obviously have Big Chronicle there and a lot of follow-ups CC and a lot of early CC that they can apply very easily. And it was Elysium Dawn recognizing that and then planning for it, not finding each other, but at the very least some vision is dropped from the side of P-Team onto the enemy blue buff, so a slight early knowledge advantage going over to the red side here.
And knowledge is power, people.
Yeah, information is power of the highest degree, as it were.
What are we running for masteries over here for this big man?
Hail of Blades.
Grasp. He's going tanky.
Okay, he could be, or yeah, no, it's more than likely going to be taking.
He's a donkey.
Speaking of grasp, going to get a few procs there. And then they're obviously going to proc grasp oftentimes. Oh, not quite going to land that dredge line. I do hope to see a little bit more action in this bottom lane this time around because we do have the shorter range and a lot more CC available, and I do want to see, especially as both these junglers starting on the top side should head towards this bottom side. And I want to see more focus towards the bot side this time around, simply because Idris and Koyesh have been so, I guess, influential in their games so far.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. We'll see.
I just realized Idris isn't here today. I've been saying Idris and Koyesh this whole time, and it's...
Yeah, Idris has been the jungler. I was wondering what was going on there with you. It's okay. Flame's still got that level on Tucci right now?
Well, this is where I step in and say, I guess 6 times out of 7, Idris has been the ADC.
Okay, yeah, no, alright.
6 times out of 7, Idris has been the ADC. But flexing the I guess the flex, I get, and you know, I was trying to not be redundant there, but I guess Idris showing off that they can't just can play more than
they
just
want to
ADC.
flex their knowledge of the game, so you don't have to say flexing on their flexibility.
Yeah, redundancy aside,
that was a good charm.
That was a very good charm, but I
His
don't
Q
believe
is
Ratchet
in his
had
cup.
any.
It was, if that Q would have landed, I think the Ratchet followed up and flash killed.
Probably. It's one of those things where you just kind of pause and wait. Honestly, at these early like ganks, sometimes I just wish that the early fights would be more like tennis matches, where it's like the casters would talk and then just like go silent for like the early like little exchanges between the two, and then like speak afterwards again.
So just like, oh yeah, so
yeah,
Tucci's just gonna go.
Yeah, and so like, you know how and I don't know, have you watched tennis at all, or?
Yeah, I mean, I was making tennis noises.
I see.
All right,
I see.
let's see. It does look like Flame might be in trouble, though he's not gonna not get spotted. And of course, my directional camera moves right then and there. Flash burned by Flame. Pretty good play, but ooh. Here's
Flame
the action
going
that
to
you
hop
wanted.
back in. It is, but a bit more to the top side this time around. Tucci should still have flash, should it be necessary, but
Never
walk
mind, it's
right
taken back.
out. That's good. You know, it's one of those things that
Brady though.
Doing a chunk of damage, yeah.
Yeah, Brady's just not playing. Brady's not.
No, go on, go on.
No, I just don't know. Brady's just a freak right now. That's what I'm noticing.
Okay, expound if you can.
I mean, just Brady played really well in match 1. I mean, you're looking at a team that you've got to do everything that you can to kind of find the diamonds in the rough. Brady is getting jumped on by Idris right now.
Will
walk away.
Sidestep that though and just walk away. Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, I think that Brady's been playing very well this whole match. Like last match too. I mean, Syndra's another champion, unlike Annie, where she will be able to scale. And look in this next wave if Brady can get away with it, but he's gonna try and kill Ratchet here right now.
Yeah, level 6 does have the ability to outplay. Should Ratchet get too close.
Well, now Ratchet's gonna be 6, so it's different, but...
Not necessarily. You have an extra orb, you press outplay, and you outplay. I mean, you do have the extra stats, don't get me wrong. It's not going to be easy to just press outplay and then outplay, but... well, speaking of ultimates being used, Spirit Rush going to be popped very early by Ratchet. I'm not sure about that.
Well, we'll see what this last one looks like. I mean, it wasn't awful.
This is where we get fooled by Director's Cam as
that's the other thing, though, is like Brady is sidestepping really well too. Like Brady has dodged skill shots very well this like series.
This game so far, I guess the series as a whole, Ratchet going to be in a bit of an odd spot with low on health, and those scrubs don't believe any were taken. No. And now as we have Draconical moving up towards the mid lane, could this be a full neutral objective clear by P team? Surely not, right? Surely they don't get all 6 because Idris is here to have Smite available, but...
I mean, Idris is low.
Oh, Koyesh going to just say we're going in on that one. Unwanted still going to have to hop out. That will leave Draconical there to dry. And first blood going over to the side of Elysium Dawn.
I did not realize that we hadn't had a kill yet.
Yeah, it's taken us over 7.5 minutes.
We were getting up there, man.
We're just kind of, I mean, kind of vibing, I guess.
No, I was I felt very very LPL of us. How LPL of us for like a 7-minute first blood.
I watch Eastern League of Legends, of course. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know LPL is very notoriously bloody, and actually hold on, Idris will be spotted out by Unwanted Soul. Ratchet's here though, and it is an unwanted kill going over to the side of Elysium Dawn, and yet another is claimed by Idris.
Clean.
And actually, hold on, Idris going low. Idris, maybe a little bit of overkill by Brady, but will nonetheless claim it onto the enemy jungler.
I mean, that's a smart pick by Brady.
Yeah.
Just pick it up. Don't give him a chance to not. There's a possibility that, like, I don't know. I guess Ratchet is better than I'm giving credit for there, but I would have just fed on Syndra because I would have tried to go all in.
I mean, it'd have been fun. Don't get me wrong.
Hey, I could have traded too, but it just wouldn't have been wise. Kind of looking at CS right now. Game's way more even this game than it was last game. The largest discrepancy happening over here in the bot lane. You've got about a 16 minion advantage on the side of Siggy and Koyesh. What else do I see on here that's pretty fun? You've got a little bit of a lead, a 12 minion lead in top lane too. So
I think what's fun is the fact that Idris still claiming the kills even out off the favored role. Getting, I think, averaging at this point, well, maybe not after last game, but up until through week 6, was averaging 7 kills a game. It's actually like 7.3, I believe. So I think we could get more kills. Yeah, that is a very well placed ult. Nothing Ratchet can do there. That being said, there might not be much Draconic can do here either. Siggy getting another kill on the inside. So trade for kills across the map overall, but yet a little bit more of that lead going over to the side of this Kais, as you were saying earlier, up 20 CS and now an extra kill. This bot lane, while it might not be Idris in the ADC role, can still very quickly get out of hand if it continues like this.
Yeah, Siggy played well last game, so you know it makes sense. Actually, that's the other thing that happened last game. Their items really weren't there, but both the ADs did a really good job at clearing their camps, or well, clearing minions.
I mean, what are the minion waves?
What are lanes other than camps, right?
What are the lanes? I mean, if anything, the lanes are more like camps than the actual like jungle, because like the jungle camps, like they spawn there, but like the lanes, like the minions come to you
there. What we're actually looking for is campgrounds. I'm gonna start calling the lanes campgrounds from now on.
Yes, middle campground.
Yes, middle campground, top campground, and bottom campground.
Yeah, and like, they're campgrounds because what does the jungler do to the lanes? They camp them. I like your thinking. This is top quality assess. This is what we come here for in Blue Water League. Yeah, we find new ways to look at the game never thought of before, and I would find it hard for anyone to disagree with that assessment. That the lanes are actually just campgrounds.
If you wanna audibly disagree with us, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Well, speaking of, Brady is going low. Brady now should finally go down. Idris claiming that one. That being said, health bars very low. Double kill going over to the side of Idris. Draconical low, surely getting claimed any second by Siggy now. Tucci going low, does find that first kill. Health bar is low, but Siggy's just healthy. Siggy's healthy. Siggy's, yeah, triple kill for the ADC of Elysium Non. It was maybe a little bit less one-sided because it ended up being a 3-4-1 and take a little bit longer than I had originally imagined it would do. However, it is once again Elysium Dawn claiming a very, very dominant fight.
Yeah, and kind of exactly what we were just talking about 2 seconds ago. Siggy is just about to go back. Let's check. Yeah, we were talking about campgrounds. You're right. What I'm more curious about is what these items are going to end up finishing being. And it looks like we just went back. We finished our boots. We bought a pickaxe. We bought an amplifying tome, and we bought a recurve bow.
We're not going to mention Static Shiv at all.
Static Shiv was already there.
Am I just blind?
I think it was. I at least was on there, and it was already there. So it could have not been. It wasn't bought last fight. It was already bought before I saw the recall.
I don't know why I could have. I often trick myself into believing things that aren't true just because of my own vision. Sometimes
I didn't see Static Shiv get completed there, so I'm going to say that it was already done. I could be wrong.
Well, whatever the truth may be, nonetheless, it doesn't change. It doesn't change the fact that there is a full item on this ADC, and not only is it a full item, it's nearly 2 whole items and an extra 20 CS and 4 0-2 for Siggy, and that is a lot of gold. And
it's kind a very big Elysium's position to lose at this point now.
I mean, yeah, I mean you're 5k up at 15 minutes. Okay, maybe not exactly. It's basically 5k. 5k up at 15 minutes. It's very little that you can do. Draconical sidestep and
that was a pretty good sidestep.
Someone who might not be able to sidestep. You cannot sidestep those. And it actually has Here Comes All 4. Yeah.
Doing so good at juggling the tower on dives too. That's vicious, man.
Yeah, Gragas does have that Rod of Ages finish, so That little extra health and AP coming through.
Speaking of a dive, though.
Though, well, it does mean that the whole side of Elysium Dawn is on the other half of the map, and that does at the very least mean Yans can start to chip back into that deficit, claiming that kill. It's.
Ooh.
I guess can we offer you a kill to Yans in this trying time is mostly at this present moment what it boils down to.
Yeah, you just gotta have an egg.
I'm sorry, can you like explain that? Because I'm just, what?
You've never had a like hard-boiled egg in a trying time?
Is that like the origin of that saying, or?
I'm pretty sure. Like once again, could just be talking like out of nothing whatsoever. Could have sworn that that's an Always Sunny in Philadelphia clip that ends with Danny DeVito talking about an egg.
Oh, it is.
Okay, so
it is. Yeah. I'm sorry. My brain forgot.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're absolutely right. I've missed every single reference that has been thrown my way so far.
Mm-hmm.
I have been flamed so hard for it because I've missed like 50 Shrek references on these broadcasts.
Yeah, and it's really bad when you miss your own reference.
Yeah, no, it really is. It's one of those things that I've heard so often colloquially that like the origin of it just got completely lost in my head. You ever? I don't know. Does this compute, or am I just that clueless?
Don't worry about it, Isaac. Don't you worry your head, you sweet summer child.
Well, someone who might be worrying their head right now currently is P-Team.
It's actually...
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, no,
my goodness!
Hold the phone. I tell a lie. It is actually Idris launching himself into the enemy team. 1v5. But actually, will it matter that much? That's going to be Flame picking up kill onto Brady.
Here comes that too.
Right, Flame is in fact dead now, but these health bars are so low for Ratchet. Tiki gets that first kill. Ratchet going low. Ratchet, though, does get that kill. So we'll get a reset on... Oh my gosh, the Void Seeker landed. Okay. Wow, that is an ace at 17 minutes for the side of Elysium Dawn. And that was almost all completely on the back of Ratchet and Siggy. And,
yeah. Yeah. And that's even with, like, a player down.
Yeah. I mean, it was a valiant effort from the side of P-Team. I mean, you gotta take the opportunities when they're presented to you, especially when you are 5k down at 17 minutes. So...
Especially when the jungler gives you a layup.
Yeah, it's like... I don't know, it's kind of more like an alley-oop than a layup with the way the past of the Lee Sin getting... Either way, basketball terminology aside, I also don't watch basketball, so I could be wrong with that.
No, it was close. As long as it was their own team that threw the Lee Sin at their team, you're correct.
We honestly would have to get a...
I know. I think that it was actually Draconical or somebody that hit the plant. I don't think Idris would have accidentally hit it.
Either way, whatever it happens to be, it's... When it is gifted to you like that, you do have to claim it. And actually, speaking of being gifted, maybe not so much of a gift, Ratchet, though, will find a little gift box underneath the tower there, which happens to be named Yans, and it tastes a little bit like fried chicken there. Before I say that, Ratchet does go down to Brady, outplaying there with the press of one button, but I don't know how much of amount of TP coming down. Perhaps a little bit too late from Flame as everybody just kind of walks away from this one and just feels fine about that.
I mean, they're probably upset that they didn't kill Idris.
True. Fair. You got... we got anything?
Nah, that was it. That's all I got. I'm kind of waiting for something else to happen now.
Well, at this point, it is... I don't remember the last time I've seen a Kaisa built Guinsoo's Rage Blade. I don't know
the last time anyone's built Yinsu's Rage Blade.
Honestly, knowing Soulbert on We Love Soulbert probably last week when you played Kog'Maw,
Oh, okay, yeah, it totally got built when Silver was playing Kog'Maw. That's fair.
I actually don't know if Solbert played Kog'Maw last week, but
Okay, well, if he did,
there
yes.
is, I would say, probably considering what I've seen like in their drafts, probably about a 40% chance that they played Kog'Maw, because it's about how often Kog'Maw is about 60% of the time Kog'Maw has been banned against them, because not on a different subject with different teams within this league, Solbert is a very big Kog'Maw fan, and I mean, that's the reason why they're... Oh, wait, hold on.
Siggy.
Hold the phone as soon as we move over. Siggy going low. Koyesh. Not quite going to find the damage.
80 carries trading with one another. That's 1,000
trade.
gold over to the bird.
To the bird? To the bird who's also now... It's... Zaya's a bird, come on. It's a bird.
Yeah, she's a Vestian.
It's... Okay, but that's just a bird.
Well, Set's also a Vestian.
Yeah, and he has like the bird ears, so.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
where's my big bird Set skin?
Let's go. Yes. Now these are the ideas, Ivy. Like, give me all your skin ideas, because that right there.
Grungy, it's in the same line of banned skins that can never come out. It's the grungy new line.
Well, speaking of someone who's not going to be able to come out, I don't believe Unwanted Soul will be. Actually, no, I can tell a lie. Unwanted Soul is going to walk right out of there. And actually, here comes a counter pack from counter pack from P team. They still have full health bars, and everyone else on half health on the side of Elysium Dawn, but as the abilities don't quite land, Siggy will find the first kill onto Draconical. Still trying to find anything possible from the rest of this fight. No. Siggy picking up another, and now is with 2 members down on the side of P-Team. What looks somewhat hopeful for them, it turns out to be, yeah, Baron to Elysium Dawn at 22 minutes. Funnily enough, despite how dominant this game has, how strong-armed this game has been by Elysium Dawn, it did take them longer to claim their first Baron this time around.
Oh, it did take them 2 minutes longer, you're right.
Yeah, so, I think what we can really say here about this is that Elysium Dawn, where did the performance go? No, I'm just really.
Oh, man, dude. That Siggy build is really fun. We are just all on hit all the time, and then we are going to finish our hourglass.
Oh, yeah, that's... I don't know what to think about that build, other than I've not seen anything like that in like 50 years. Speaking of not seeing anything like that in 50 years, it's going to be
there
a
we
PT
go.
fight. Triple kill to Brady. And what?
Flame's in trouble.
Yeah, Flame is in a bit of a difficult situation, especially since that Lance Explosive Cast going to bring him back. Maybe going to find 2 stuns there. Siggy is here. They're not going to let this one go so easily. Siggy going low and can't quite help any much longer. Going to use the killer instinct. Going to find 1, but at what cost? That's going to be the hourglass used. It's not hourglass.
It was Seeker's Arm Guard, but...
It is Seeker's Arm Guard. I forget that the, whatchamacallit, the Seeker's Arm Guard is the one that gives you the stasis these days.
Yeah, it's not stopwatch anymore. Can we actually talk about how Yans now has 2,000 gold from, Siggy alone?
Yeah. Yep. Maybe not exactly what you want to be doing if you're on the side of Elysium Dawn. I mean, obviously Elysium Dawn's still 6k up. Yeah. Still did claim that first Baron. This is still very much their game to lose. However, there is a champion that you do want 2,000 gold going on to, it is Zaya. You do want that gold going on to Yans. And, I mean, you walk back with 3 items on this Zaya. I mean, maybe, just... maybe?
It's Luden's companion, by the way.
It's Luden's gun, okay? It's Luden's gun. Because that... Look at the icon. That is a gun. It's Luden's gun.
No, it's Luden's companion. It's a mage's best friend. Get yours today.
At a low cost of... I actually believe it's as much gold as Echo was. It's like 3,200? 3,100, 32?
Yeah.
Actually, now I say about that, Luden's Echo is like... Well, I guess It depends on when we're talking about, because mythic items were a thing, but whatever.
Just kind of looking at builds right now, really enjoying stuff. Something that we haven't talked about that's going on right now. We actually have a fully stacked Dark Seal at the moment for for our mid laner over here. For this Syndra on our friend Brad.
Tucci going to just try to keep himself alive here. Flame is going to feel line. I think really what it boils down to is that all AP mages have now been converted to being American, because the companion is in fact the gun. I think is really the message we're trying to be sent here.
Oh, Tucci is getting eaten up by...
Yeah. That Flame... I mean, what do you do? What do you do, man? That, that was a fairly slow, prolonged, very violent, and honestly unfortunate. Painful to watch, honestly. Everybody turn your heads away.
And I'm kind of looking at things, and it's just unlucky that Tucci was only able to finish one item this game for the most part. Because I think that if he could have finished that Frozen Heart that he's looking at right now, that he would have been in a way better spot.
Oh no, here comes Flame once again. Flame may not have been as big of an impact as we saw in last game, but oh, yep, outplayed.
Goodbye, Ratchet.
Yep.
I don't know. That was caster vision for me. I saw that line as soon as the stun landed.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know how to. I just fully agree with you there. It's like that's the Syndra gameplay. The
Syndra special.
You land a stun onto a fairly squishy target, and then you outplay. It's just, that's how it is.
You know, the other thing that I didn't actually think about on Siggy's build at the moment is that W is going to hit like a tank every time.
It is. Well, maybe not like a tank, because there's like the somewhat popular AP Kai'Sa build, which does actually hit like a tank.
Yeah, I know, but you built no attack damage at all aside from Shiv. You only have attack speed and AP after that. I guess Ginsu's gives both, but still. I wouldn't really...
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not just mentioning it. I don't think that's enough to evolve the Q.
I don't know. We can look.
Is it enough to evolve Q? I don't think. I would be surprised.
Buddy, you know how much ability power she has right now?
Too much?
245 out of 100.
What do you mean out of 100?
That's the threshold.
Oh! Duh.
That's the threshold. She's there twice over.
245 AP. I mean...
You actually...
What are the numbers on that?
What do you mean? Like the math?
Yeah, like the damage.
Yeah, it looks like it'll do about 490 damage after I calculate the math by looking at the skill and hovering over it.
I mean, I guess we saw it just land on Yan's a bit there, even with the Knight's Vow.
Oh,
Flame!
A little bit of
that damage.
Flashed on!
Tucci is here, but Flame should be mostly okay. Should be alive. Nope, there it goes.
Yeah.
Brady.
Oh, that was a good
Brady's
TP
here,
though.
but yeah, TP flank Brady too far forward. Brady, as I say, that does actually manage to claim another before they go down. Delay things a little bit longer for their team. It's going to be Yance picking up that kill. So perhaps a little bit more sloppy from the side of Elysium Dawn, despite the fact that they had that relatively large lead not too long ago.
What are we at now for gold? I mean, it's still 7K, but like we've got this. I don't know. Unwanted.
I mean, I feel like you have to try.
Right? I guess. Like
you're up you're 4v2, and I know Siggy and Idris are full health. And oh wait, hold on.
You have to.
Is this where they just get? Is this where they just get picked off one by one by Void Seekers? Is this what's happening? This is what's happening. Oh my god.
They just lose this fight straight up.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not now. Siggy's out of mana. But Flame's back now, too. Like, yeah, this is awful.
Oh, dear. Draconical going low. Draconical finally going to get claimed by Flame. Idris going to force splash out of Brady as well, and so now Flame hopping forward gets another, and it just took a little bit too long. Here comes the rest of Elysium Dawn, and back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah, you couldn't go for Baron right there with both of the Fed members of Elysium up at that time. Lee isn't small, and Siggy is just too big right now. You can't do an objective and let the Fed AD key carry murder you.
I mean, I feel like you gotta try though when you're this far down and you find a fight like that though. Like, surely
you gotta bait it. You bait the Baron and you take a kill again. I think.
Fair. I just realized. No, I'm dumb. Never mind. Forget my thoughts.
No, what were you thinking? Talk.
I was thinking objective bounties. I was like, wait, and then I had the names flipped. Even though I've got, there's this one thing, like sometimes when I watch like hockey or soccer and they change at halftime or the intermissions, my brain sometimes forgets to change the positions. And even though I got it right this time and I've been casting correctly this whole time for whatever reason, my brain finally once again flipped P team back to blue side. I was just like, wait, why are there objective bounties up? And I was like, no, because they're red.
It's okay. It's okay. But you know what's not okay?
This flame.
Peachy's in trouble.
Yeah.
The Jans? No.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I don't think Jans even wants to be here. I'm being fully honest. Flame. Actually, no, never mind. I tell a lie, but that does mean 3 members are over, and yeah.
Yeah. Also, the other thing about this attack speed AP build,
it takes objectives super fast.
Yeah, well, it takes towers really fast because for some reason AP champions get better damage to turrets.
Yeah, and now even though they're finally back on the side of P team to try to reorganize for this final fight, there's just too many Fed members on the side of Elysium Dawn. Jan's going low. Siggy will get that kill, finds another. Double kill going over Siggy.
Dropping.
Yeah,
there we go. They got their 2-0. Can hey Prod, is there any way I can get an update on any of the other games right now? I guess I could also ask.
Con Esports 2-0'd.
So the dream doesn't happen.
It's still possible. Because
the other team can drop.
Because the scores they post their results only after they're done. So which means I actually see typing right now, Idris posting this series' results. So those will be up. So since technically we have not seen the TTM Tethys series just yet, if that game goes to 3, we won't be seeing it for a hot minute, and I don't think we will have enough time to stick around for it. However, it's not completely they're not completely out of it. Elysium Dawn still are within arm's reach of claiming second at the very least, which is enough to get the bye, which is, the big prize at the end of this. So, there will probably be an update on that in the Discord at some point when that comes through. But for now, I've been Isaac. Alongside me has been Phenonomics with, honestly, dropping incredibly new ideas that is on, like, the lanes being campgrounds, which
I'm just ready for campgrounds and Big Bird set, boys. Like, let's make it happen.
Right? High to the sky. That's my final thoughts on this. But until then, we will hope to see you, next week.
Have a good night, guys. It's always fun to be back.